give us a nice chart here. So that's 12 months. That massive move, if we go from January 20th to like that whole year, let's try go down to a month. Like, there was, fair enough, big push up, right? But did people know buying here in September 20th that they're going to have a full year of up?
Yeah.
You know,
I got in on that wave too, so it's been painful.
Like, we have no idea what's coming. That's why I like, look, right now, this is a weekly chart. On a yearly it looked, and on a monthly it was just one big up candle. But there was a retrace. There was a moment where people probably were panicking. Because they were like, okay, this is just too good to be true. We were just blown so much. We're like made so much money here. Sell. But no, bounce up higher. It's really hard to know what's going to happen. Whatever news we always hear, it's definitely like something there. This inflation thing, it's coming, guys. We know about it. We've been talking about this for a long time. And I think just a lot of people don't understand the repercussions of what's happening. Like, the whole war thing as well is kind of like a little bit quiet at the minute as well. I haven't heard much news in regards to that. So what's next after inflation, if that news doesn't actually happen right away, or doesn't scare too many people, or actually what other news are we going to hear and see? Like, I was laughing, like, I'm waiting for that alien invasion.
Well, like me, I think it's gonna. I think there's everyone's waiting for good news. So, like, the first bit of good news will probably end up being something like maybe a peace treaty signed between Ukraine and Russia.
Okay.
That might cause a little boost in the markets. I think the next one that'll come will be when US Congress finally draft a resolution regarding crypto regulation or digital asset regulation, whatever they call it. If the regulation is favourable, as in they look more at the opportunity rather than the risk, then that'll be probably seen as good news, and you'll probably get a positive move upwards from that as well. If China sorts out their housing crisis, which then sorts out a lot of global supply chain issues at the same time, again, probably another move upwards. So I think there's a lot of global macro effects.
Yeah.
Potentially could happen this year for good news, potentially, hopefully. But until then, like what we're seeing on that weekly chart there, I think it's going to see more of that. You're going to see a lot of ranging up and down, but not really going anywhere when you zoom out. Okay? So for long-term hodlers, it'll just be a case of just being a bit more patient. For traders, it'll be a case of just being a bit more savvy, especially if you're using leverage. Try to minimize your leverage.
Start bosses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's just playing it smart, really.
Yeah, I think any trade right now, if you get profits, don't hold on to the dream of it's gonna keep going up. Take the profits off the table. Go. And I mean, either enter higher with full conviction that we are back in the proper bull, or else wait for the lowest low. Hard to dot that bottom, obviously, but I mean, there is no in between right now. Like, if we go back to that chop that we had before, I'm going to actually freak, because it's actually, I think the worst is when you're sitting and waiting for something to happen and it's not happening, and then you're driven demented because you're back in a loop day by day, and it's turning into weeks, whatever. We saw this here in this chop here. It was honestly exhausting, right? And people keep talking about the 2018, how it was back then and all that. So it's either we reclaim back above the 42, because that would be, you know, where we had this level here. I hope you can see this, where we had the 42 here. That's going to be that break above a very important level. That was that fake out here on the weekly, where we honestly thought, yeah, look, we went, finally we're out of that zone, let's go to the next zone, and we came back down. And not only we came back down, I remember I was doing a stream here before and I said it wouldn't be a bad thing to see it come back to retest 42. We didn't retest it, we failed to keep it. We failed that support. So what's next? You know, I was hoping that this was going to be a bullish retest to go up.
Yeah.
And
that's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, and it didn't happen. So right now, I'm thinking if we don't reclaim the 42 and keep going up from that point on, we are going to see, like, this is 35 was that 800 EMA, and look, 29 not out of the question, and lose 29, we're dropping. And yeah, all those bears that we're talking about, 13,000 or 20,000, maybe right. Not
because in effect we're in a bearish channel, aren't we there?
Yeah, that is definitely. So look, let's wait and see. And if anybody feels like the market is getting to them, either take a break or change your strategy, change how you look. Like yourself, you mentioned that you stopped trading, you're a hodler now, and it gave you peace of mind. Reevaluate your position of the market. Be ready, because we have absolutely no idea what's going to happen next. Any news can be thrown at us. Happy days if it is bullish news and we can continue on. If we can't, just have that anticipation in your mind without the fear that everything is lost, but with the kind of approach that I will be able to buy much lower, a lot more, and resume then. Just change your mindset and change how you think about the market. Time as well right now, away from the charts, lovely, we're in spring, go for walks, take a break, or spend time on doing things out of your comfort zone. If you are a good swing trader, why don't you look into TA, and or if you are not comfortable with playing with leverage, paper trade with leverage, just for fun, to see, you know, like for education purposes, without, like, obviously, like I said, be mindful of how you feel about the market, what it's doing to you.
And of course, you can always look at researching the fundamentals as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
Fundamentals.
Pitching, and I'm the master.
Yeah, actually, this is what I wanted to say, like FA fundamentals. Do your research about projects, see what's coming up, what is trending right now, what are people bullish about and why. I see a big trend of those fitness projects where you walk and you earn and all that. And yeah, maybe, you know, because of the spring and summer, that's going to be the narrative. What's happening in the NFT world? Is it still developing? How are they, you know, any of that? Just take your mind off the usual stuff that gets you and it's after, you know, maybe upsetting you or whatever, and do something else. You might find different passion, you might find actually different income sources. That's what I am thinking, guys, right now.